Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Victoria Watson. After my yoga video, I had a couple of people ask me for dietary tips. Welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna go over a sample of what I eat for the day and for the week. But before we get started, I want to emphasize that in the kitchen, always practice good hygiene, have your hair tied up, wash your hands. I already did that. Make sure your work area is clean, and we're gonna get started. I highly recommend getting the book Real Food by Nina Plank. It talks about what to eat and why. A lot of our health issues that we are faced with today, chronic illnesses and diseases, are a direct result of our lack of a clean diet. So I can't emphasize enough that purchasing this book and reading it will educate you on what you should be eating on a daily basis and why. I'm going to tell you what I don't eat. I don't eat processed foods, and I don't eat refined sugars. I don't eat foods such as hot dogs or prepackaged ham or sweets such as Cokes, Diet Cokes, cakes, donuts, anything that's white, simple carbs, pasta, bread, tortillas, anything of that nature. I try to limit, or if not, I cut out completely from my diet, because simple carbs are a real quick way to gain weight, and then that leads to secondary illnesses such as diabetes or high blood pressure, aside from feeling sluggish all day long. So now let's go over what we're gonna be cooking today. I always purchase the 96% or 97% lean ground beef. You can buy this at any major grocery store. That means that the fat has been stripped away. I try to purchase the one that's 3% when possible, because it's less fat and more pure beef. It's a little bit pricier, but in the end, the rewards are worth it. Another food that I eat a lot is chicken breast. I buy this in a 5-pound bag. Weekly, I'll go through about 2, sometimes 3 bags in 1 week. The other thing that I consume a lot is green veggies. Green veggies such as green beans, peas, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. It's very easy to buy them from the frozen section. You can microwave these. You can put them in the stove. You can put them in the oven, or buy fresh ones from the farmer's market. They're also an easy alternate for veggies. Another protein that I like to consume quite a bit is turkey. Again, I'm gonna go with the lean ground turkey. I'm gonna go with the freshest kind that says no added hormones, no antibiotics. It's always refrigerated, it's always frozen. So if I can, I'll buy free range. That means that the animals are free roaming. They're not raised in cages. They're not force fed, and they don't have, they're not pushed antibiotics and hormones to get them bigger. Yes, it's slightly more expensive, but worth it. We will be also making a dessert today, and our dessert is gonna have berries in it. Again, I always go with frozen. It's so much easier to store, and it won't rot in your fridge, and it won't go moldy. So I'll either go with a berry medley or blueberries. Lastly, another choice you have is fish. I try to stay away from fish. Once in a while, I'll throw it in my diet, because fish are raised in fish farms, and if you read up on how they are force fed and in the small ponds, you're not really gonna want to eat this. But tilapia is one type of white fish that has a lot of protein and low calories. All right, so with that said, You can choose broccoli, you can choose green peas, you can choose cauliflower is another great option. I always have this stuff readily available in my freezer. And we're going to start with the chicken. So the chicken, we're going to do is put it in our pan. We're gonna set it to a medium. And I usually put about 1, 2, 3, could be anywhere from 8 to 10 chicken strips. And they're very easy to season. For seasoning, I never use salt. Hardly ever. If I do, it's gonna be the pink Himalayan salt. But I'll try to stay with garlic pepper, lemon pepper, regular pepper. And if you go into my cabinet, we go into many more seasonings depending on what we're eating. I have comino, I have carne guisada seasoning, I have olive oil dipping season, taco seasoning. You want to get as creative as possible because you're going to be eating the same thing every day. All right, so once we set it to a medium heat, we're going to cover it and we're just going to let it sit there. And in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to flip them over. For the ground beef, I went ahead and already prepared it. It's the exact same method as your chicken breast. You're going to put it on the stove and you're going to just slowly heat it and you're going to stir it with your seasonings. For this particular batch, I chose garlic powder because I like the flavor. And then it's very easy. I just put it in my Tupperware and I'm gonna save it for when I'm ready to package it. For my veggies, I'm gonna show you how easy this was. These are the green beans that I chose for today's meal. And the only thing we did was we got a bowl. Poured it. It's frozen. It's very simple. They're already cooked. They're pre-cooked. We're gonna put it in our microwave. We're gonna set, depending on the amount, we're gonna set that one for 2 minutes. Once it's done, you're going to let it cool down and we're gonna let this sit while the chicken is being made. Another carbohydrate that I consume quite a bit is rice. But I don't eat just any rice. I said we limit the white carbohydrates. I like to eat brown rice. I like to eat wild rice, any of those two, or jasmine rice. Because of the glycemic index, I can eat it and my body's going to take a long time to digest it so my blood sugar doesn't spike and then crash, as it does with the white rice that you find in the Asian buffets, in any type of buffets you go to, because that rice is very inexpensive. So it's mass produced. So for this, I'm going to show you, all we did was measure it out and put it, this is a rice cooker. You can buy this anywhere, Walmart, Target, and you can either choose the setting for warm or cook, and it times itself. In this case, we time elapsed, the rice is already made, and it looks like this. The only season I put in there is the rice seasoning. Very simple. I always keep my measuring tools very close to me. 1 cup, half a cup, because depending on how we, what we're eating, if it's a high carb or low carb day, we're going to measure that out. Sounds like our chicken is ready to be flipped. You're just going to turn it till it's nice and golden brown. You start getting that smell. It smells so good. You already know that later you're going to be eating this and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Our veggies are done too. We're gonna go ahead and take them out. If they need another round, we'll put it in the microwave again, but these are ready to go. So now I have my chickens being made, my ground beef is ready, my green beans are done, and so are my peas, so is my rice. Now, I'm gonna show you the kind of diet that I follow myself. So, for my diet, not only do I eat real foods, but I follow a strict diet. So this is what it looks like. This is just a sample. This is not for everybody. This is for me. So I highly recommend that you seek guidance from a registered dietitian or a trainer, somebody that has a license, not just any person that looks good. You want somebody that has that education to back it up. And you want to make sure that the foods on your meal plan are in the real food book. For example, mine is, all of the foods that I said here today are what I consume. I eat 6 meals a day. So I also have them spread out on a calendar. If you look at my calendar here, I have every single day already planned out. I eat the same thing for 3 days, and then I eat the same thing for another 3 days. I repeat this pattern the entire month, and it's been very good. Right now my goal is to lose body fat and gain muscle, so I'm eating for that. I'm gonna turn down our chicken so we don't burn it. The last thing we're going to do is our dessert. So for our dessert, we are going to use a carbohydrate that I enjoy eating quite a bit. It gives us a lot of energy. It's quick oats. You can buy these at Walmart, at H-E-B, any general Whole Food store. I like the instant because it's very easy to manipulate. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure it out. I'm doing half a cup. These are my dry oats. Always weigh it or measure it when it's dry. And we're gonna go with 1 scoop of protein. So I like to use Isoflex. I like to use Isopure, anything that says it's a whey isolate. I'm gonna pour that into my oats when they're made. So after they're made, mix it with water. Very simple, just like making oatmeal that your mom used to make. Again, in the microwave, set it for 1 minute. Once it's done, we're going to add banana, 1 scoop of protein, and we're going to add our berries. I like to add them frozen because once again, I'll put it in the microwave before I eat it. So this is what my final product looks like. I already prepackaged it for me to take to work, and it looks like this. It's very easy to eat. It's very easy to heat up. You can eat it cold. This is my dessert. It's something sweet. I wish you guys could taste it. And any flavor of the protein will do. The peanut butter, vanilla, cinnamon bun, whatever, and it serves as your dessert. So before I finish, I want to show you how I would package my food. I'm going to take my chicken breast, I'm going to take my green beans, and I'm going to take my rice. So, then I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to let it cool off, and I'm going to put it in the fridge. When it's ready to go, wrong lid, I'm sorry. When it's ready to go, I'm going to package them in my fridge like this. And I have my meal ready to go. I'll put a little lemon on the side for flavor, my protein, and my dessert. So, what I want you to see is that this meal prep will take you about 15-20 minutes max, and you can make 3 to 4 or 5 meals out of this. You won't regret eating healthy, you won't regret eating at home, and you will not regret educating yourself on what real foods are and what type of benefit your body will get. Next week, we'll cover other topics. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and email me. And as always, stay strong.